Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Formation Lima. Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport, Information Lima. 2053 Zulu. Arriving runways 22 right, 21 left. Departing runways 22 left, 21 right. Wind 100 at 5. Visibility 1/4 mile. Mist. Overcast at 200. Temperature 7, dew point 7. Altimeter 3003. Density altitude -200 feet. Cargo ramp operations underway, expect minor delays. Advise on initial contact. You have Information Lima. Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport, Information Lima. 2053 Zulu. Arriving runways 22 right, 21 left. Departing runways 22 left, 21 right. Wind 100 at 5. Visibility 1/4 mile. Mist. Overcast at 200. Temperature 7, dew point 7. Altimeter 3003. Density altitude -200 feet. Cargo ramp operations underway, expect minor delays. Advise on initial contact. You have Information Lima. Detroit Met.
Detroit clearance, Delta 693, Information Lima, requesting IFR clearance to Rochester.
I'm working on that clearance. Stand by. Delta 693, cleared to Rochester via the HAL 4 departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain 17,000. Expect flight level 33010 minutes after departure. Departure on 125.525 squawk 4571. And we had to change your departure runway to 22 left.
Metro clearance, Delta 693, cleared to Rochester via HAL 4, then as filed. Climb and maintain 17,000. Expect flight level 330 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 125.525 squawk 4571. Departure runway 22 left.
Delta 693, read back correct. Ground will be on 132.725.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Delta Airlines Flight 693, heading to Rochester, New York. We kindly ask you to take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seats in front of you. If you need any assistance, please feel free to reach out to any member of our crew. Thank you for choosing Delta Airlines, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Let's review the departure briefing.
We'll be departing from runway 22 left, following the HAL 4 departure with an initial climb clearance to 17,000. Transition altitude is 18,000. After takeoff, we'll follow the SID profile, climbing to flight level 330 as filed. Weather at departure shows mist with visibility at 1/4 mile, but no significant weather expected en route. In the event of an engine failure below 400, we'll continue straight ahead and follow ATC instructions. Above 400, we'll follow the engine out SID procedure, climbing to 3000 before turning back. For any abnormalities or emergencies before V1, we'll reject the takeoff and apply maximum braking. After V1, we'll continue the takeoff, handle the emergency, and communicate with ATC. Squawk code is 4571, and departure frequency will be 125.525. We're configured for takeoff with flaps 5. V1 is 142 knots, VR is 147 knots, and V2 is 152 knots. We'll climb out at V2 plus 10 knots. I think we're ready to go, Luis.
Thank you, Stephanie. Detroit ground, Delta 693, requesting pushback and engine start.
Delta 693, pushback and engine start approved, tail northeast.
Pushback and engine start approved, tail northeast, Delta 693.
Locking gear.
Cabin attendants, arm doors, and cross-check. Welcome aboard Delta Airlines Flight 693, heading to Rochester, New York. Our estimated flight time is approximately 45 minutes. Please pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information, even for frequent flyers. Fasten your seatbelts by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and pulling the strap to tighten. The seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated.
Roger ground, brake release.
Please return your seatbacks and tray tables to the upright position and open your window blinds for takeoff.
All engines clear.
Mobile phones
Started
and
wheel.
electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and larger devices should be securely stowed during takeoff and landing.
Roger, sequence is 1-2,
Smoking
starting
and
1.
the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board, including the lavatories. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if required. Pull the mask firmly, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat. Put it on, fasten it, and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Floor-level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, all clearly marked. In case of evacuation, leave all personal belongings behind and follow crew instructions immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot or catches fire, please inform a crew member immediately. Thank you for your attention, and enjoy your flight.
Starting 2.
Traffic.
SkyWest 3863 ready for push and start.
Brake set.
SkyWest 3863, cleared for push and start.
Roger, pushback approved. SkyWest 3863.
Flaps config 1. Trim up 0.4. Auto brake max. Spoiler on.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Flight control check. Flight controls check complete. Ground, we can see the pin. Thank you for the guidance. Have a good evening. See you next time. Detroit ground, Delta 693, ready to taxi.
Delta 693, runway 22 left taxi via Juliet 8, Juliet, Uniform 9er, Bravo, hold short of runway 9er left, then Yankee, Yankee 10.
Runway 22 left. Juliet 8, Juliet, Uniform 9, Bravo, hold short of runway 9er left, then Yankee, Yankee 10, Delta 693.
Are you clear on your side?
Yes, I am clear on my side, Luis.
Clear on my side. Here we go.
SkyWest 3863 ready to taxi.
SkyWest 3863, runway 22 left taxi via Quebec, Juliet 11, Kilo, Romeo, Yankee, Yankee 4, Yankee, hold short of runway 9er left, then Yankee 10.
Runway 22 left taxi via Quebec, Juliet 11, Kilo, Romeo, Yankee, Yankee 4, Yankee, hold short of runway 9er left, then Yankee 10, SkyWest 3863.
3022, cleared for push and start.
Back approved. Spirit Wings 3022.
Approaching runway 9, left.
Detroit ground Delta 693 waiting to cross runway 9 left.
Approaching runway 9, left.
Delta 693, cross runway 9 left, then continue taxi via Yankee 10.
Wilco Delta 693.
Cross runway 9 left, then Yankee 10, Delta 693.
Delta 1135, ready to taxi.
Delta 1135, runway 21 right taxi via Uniform 8, Uniform Golf, hold short of runway 9 left, then Victor Mike 6.
Runway 21 right taxi via Uniform 8, Uniform Golf, hold short of runway 9 left, then Victor Mike 6, Delta 1135. 5430, ready to taxi.
Endeavor 5430, runway 22 left taxi via Kilo 3, Yankee 4 Yankee, hold short of runway 9 left, then Yankee 10.
Runway 22 left taxi via Kilo 3, Yankee 4 Yankee, hold short of runway 9 left, then Yankee 10, Endeavor 5430. 3022, ready to taxi.
Spirit Wings 3022, runway 22 left taxi via Zulu 10.
Runway 22 left taxi via Zulu 10, Spirit Wings 3022. Frontier Flight 3364, ready for pushback.
Frontier Flight 3364,
Cabin
pushback
crew,
approved.
please be seated for takeoff.
Approaching runway 22, left.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
Detroit Tower Delta 693 holding short runway 22 left.
Delta 693, Metro Tower, runway 22 left, winds 100 at 5. RNAV winners cleared for takeoff.
Clearing the approach.
Runway 22 left, RNAV winners, cleared for takeoff. Delta 693.
Skywest 3863, hold short of runway 9 left.
Holding short of runway 9 left, Skywest 3863.
Elapsed time on.
On runway 22 left remaining. 1,200
Take up
feet.
config normal. Knots, thrust sets. V1. Rotate.
Skywest 3863, hold short of runway 9 or left.
Positive rate, 0.
9RL holding short, Skywest 3863.
135, hold short of runway 9 or left. 9RL holding short, Delta 1135. Delta 693, contact departure on 118.9 or 5.
Switching to departure on 118.9 or 5, Delta 693. Detroit departure, Delta 693. Good evening, climbing through 2000.
Delta 693, Detroit departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 17,000, turn left heading 040, vectors to wings, then on course.
Climb and maintain 17,000. Left heading 040 for vectors to wings, then on course. Delta 693.
Autopilot 1.
Delta 693, PIREP EP from about 15 minutes ago indicates an aircraft reported occasional light chop at flight level 65. Sky conditions are clear to the top at flight level 30, wind at 240 degrees at 38 knots.
No reroute required as there are no navigational instructions or clearances to acknowledge. Delta 693.
Delta 693, direct wings, then is filed, please.
Direct wings, then is filed. Delta 693.
Diamond 5 Papa Bravo, contact Cleveland Center on 126.525.
126.525 for Diamond 5 Papa Bravo. Departure Spirit Wings 3022 2000 for 4000.
Spirit Wings 3022, radar contact, climb and maintain 12-1 2000.
Climb 12-1 2000, Spirit Wings 3022.
Spirit Wings 3022, contact Cleveland Center on 135.375. 135.375 for Spirit Wings 3022. Good day.
$10,000.
Dear guests, welcome aboard Delta Airlines.
Departure, Frontier Flight 3364 2000 for 4000.
We are now in the air and the use of approved
Frontier Flight
electronic
3364,
devices
radar
is permitted
contact,
for
climb and
flight.
maintain 12
Our cabin
12000.
service will begin shortly, so
Up to
sit
12
back,
1200,
relax,
Frontier Flight
and enjoy your
3364.
flight. Thank you for choosing Delta Airlines.
Frontier Flight 3364, contact Cleveland Center on 135.375.
135.375 for Frontier Flight 3364. Good day.
Delta 693, climb and maintain flight level 310.
Climb and maintain flight level 310, Delta 693.
Delta 693, contact Cleveland Center on 135.375.
Switching to Cleveland Center on 135.375, Delta 693. Cleveland Center, Delta 693. Good evening, climbing through 16,000 for flight level 310.
Delta 693, Cleveland Center, climb flight level 310.
Climbing flight level 310, Delta 693.
Standard set, passing flight level 180.
Delta 693, climb flight level 330.
Climbing flight level 330, Delta 693.
Cleveland Center, Endeavor 5302, 17,000.
Endeavor 5302, radar contact. 5675, descend and maintain flight level 230. Cleared for the MIP for arrival into LaGuardia.
Descending to flight level 230, cleared for the MIP for arrival into LaGuardia Brickyard 5675.
Cleveland Center, Citation 55 Golf, flight level 410.
Citation 55 Golf, radar contact. Delta 6903, contact Toronto Center on 135.3.
Switching to Toronto Center on 135.3, Delta 6903. Toronto Center, Delta 6903. Good evening, climbing through flight level 320.
Delta 6903, Toronto Center, whenever you'd like, descend flight level 210.
Descending flight level 210, Delta 6903.
Let's go over the approach briefing.
Dear guests, we are now flying at a comfortable altitude, and the cabin crew will begin the snack and beverage service shortly. Be sure to try our complimentary Biscoff cookies or goldfish crackers, along with Coca-Cola beverages and Starbucks coffee. After our service, selected items from the Delta Airlines shop will be available for you to browse. Thank you for flying with us.
We'll be arriving in Rochester on runway 22 using the ILS approach.
after the star will intercept the ILS to runway 22. Weather at arrival shows winds 110 at 4 knots, broken clouds at 1700 feet. No significant weather expected. In the event of a missed approach, we'll follow the published missed approach procedure. Squawk code remains 4571, and approach frequency will be 118.905. We'll configure for landing with flaps 30. Final approach speed will be 135 knots. Once on the ground, we'll be taxiing to gate, Terminal B10. I think we're ready for the arrival, Lewis.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our approach to Rochester, New York. At this time, we kindly ask everyone to return to their seats, stow your tables, and fasten your seatbelts. Please note that the use of the lavatories is no longer permitted. Thank you for your cooperation as we prepare for landing.
Delta 693, contact Cleveland Center on 127.075.
Switching to Cleveland Center on 127.075, Delta 693. Cleveland Center, Delta 693. Good evening, flight level 310 for flight level 210.
Delta 693, Cleveland Center, descend and maintain flight level 210.
Descend and maintain flight level 210, Delta 693.
Delta 693, descend and maintain 16,000 feet, altimeter 3017.
Descend and maintain 16,000 feet, altimeter 3017, Delta 693.
Lima Oscar Delta, direct final. Cleared for the ILS runway 4 approach. Descend and maintain altitude 4,000 feet until established.
Descending to 4,000, cleared for the ILS 4 approach, Lima Oscar Delta.
Cleveland Center, Air Canada 9083, flight level 240.
Air Canada 9083, radar contact.
Cleveland Center, United 1770, flight level 360.
United 1770 radar contact.
Cleveland Center, Brickyard 3401, flight level 340.
Brickyard 3401, radar contact. Air Canada 720, descend and maintain flight level 200, cleared for the Vader 1 arrival into LaGuardia.
Down to flight level 200, cleared for the Vader 1 arrival into LaGuardia, Air Canada 720.
Delta 693, contact Rochester approach on 123.7.
Switching to Rochester approach on 123.7, Delta 693. Rochester approach, Delta 693. Good evening, flight level 190 for 16,000.
Anti-estimate.
Delta 693, Rochester approach, expect the ILS runway 22 approach into Rochester.
Expecting the ILS runway 22 approach into Rochester, Delta 693.
We're going to stick to runway 4 just to exit the runway as close to the terminal as possible, and the wind is 90 at 5. So
maintain current heading 060 vectors for the
if
ILS
anything,
runway
it's
22
more
approach.
favorable to use runway 4.
Maintain heading 060, vectors for the ILS runway 22 approach. Delta 693.
Delta 693, descend and maintain 14,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 14,000 feet. Delta 693.
Delta 693, descend and maintain 8,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Delta 693.
Delta 693, descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Delta 693.
cooperation, and we appreciate your understanding. Copy, Captain. I will ensure the crew checks that everyone is seated and has fastened their seatbelts. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our final approach into Rochester. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Kindly put your tray tables away, ensure your seats are in the full upright position, and fasten your seatbelts. The current weather in Rochester is a pleasant 65 degrees Fahrenheit with clear skies. Our assigned gate is Terminal B10. Thank you for your cooperation and for flying with Delta Airlines.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Think rate.
Delta 693, turn left heading 015.
Left heading 015.
Terrain
Delta
ahead.
693.
Pull up. Terrain ahead. 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 Pull up.
Flaps 1.
Delta 693, Rochester Tower, roger. Continue approach runway 22.
Flaps 2, gear. Glide slope. Missed approach height 3000 Z. Stable.
Approaching runway 4. Caution! Caution!
Flaps full, landing checklist, ECAM memo, landing no blue, landing checklist complete, manual flight. $500.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Speed breaker. Reverse idle. Auto brake disconnect.
Delta 693, contact ground on 121.7.
Switching to ground on 121.7. Delta 693. Rochester ground, Delta 693. Good evening, cleared of runway, ready to taxi to the gate.
Delta 693, Rochester ground, taxi to terminal gate B10 via Charlie. Good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome
Taxiing
to
to terminal
Rochester.
gate Bravo 10
Did you know that
via Charlie,
Rochester is
Delta
home to the
693.
famous Eastman School of Music, which has produced many renowned musicians? Thank you for flying with Delta Airlines. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with Delta Airlines. The local time here is 6:06 p.m. If you have a connecting flight, please listen carefully. Flight 250 to Atlanta departs at 7:15 p.m. from Gate 15, and Flight 320 to New York departs at 7:30 p.m. from
APU
Gate
read
12.
on, engine 2 coming off. Ramp crew visible, taxi light off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now parked at the gate. Please make sure to collect all your personal belongings. On behalf of all of us at Delta Airlines, thank you for flying with us. Welcome to Rochester. Good evening.
Nice job this evening, Stephanie. Let's get our plane ready to go back to Detroit.
Thanks, Luis. Let's get everything set for our return to Detroit. We'll need to file a new flight plan and get clearance for departure.